Welcome to another episode of Market to Millions. I am your host, Erica Martin, and I am so excited to be here with you guys today. So we are going to go over, I am going to actually be giving a presentation coming up at a future event, and I'm going to run through it. Why not? This event is, it's really geared for business owners to come learn all of that great stuff. So I just want to give it a little run through here and see if how this presentation is going to go. So the topic is marketing for businesses. There are about 175 people coming. Now we're talking about a town of 1,000, very small town, but this will be an amazing event. So my focus is organic social media marketing. That is what I do. I say a lot of ums too, but that is what I do. I'm an organic social media marketer. When it comes to strategy, that is where I shine, where I live. Now, what is organic social media? It is social media content without paying any money for anything. No Facebook ads, no YouTube ads, no Google, anything. It's just organic. You creating the content, putting it out there for your audience, and waiting for that interaction, engagement, all of that. That is what organic social media marketing is. Now, let me tell you why. Organic marketing and organic social media marketing strategy is so key when you want to build a solid audience. Now, I have clients that I work with where they will spend a ton of money on marketing when it comes to ads. But the foundation and the first thing we do every single time is we make sure that their organic, their marketing, their social media is converting and running and super healthy before we get into ads. Because if it is not, you are throwing your money completely out the window. So build that organic social media marketing. Create video, create content, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but create content that's going to convert your audience. Otherwise, you will be throwing massive dollars out the window, and I would hate to see that. So when we're looking at creating content for social media growth, 95% of a video message is going to be retained versus 10% that read it in text. So video is powerful. It gives you that 3D depth when it comes to social media. Now, the reason that short video is so key, and YouTube is still around, it's still a thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a huge strategist on YouTube, but the longer videos, that takes time for a user to sit and actively watch that video. Short video, we can consume, well, in between meetings or at our desk or while working or working out or whatever that looks like. So when we're doing the shorter video, people retain that. 66% of engaged users will watch short video, and then it drops drastically down from there. So short video is king. Now, when we look at short video platforms, we have, and some of you know this and some of you may not, we have TikTok, we have Instagram Reels, we have Facebook now has a reel type feature. YouTube and Pinterest all have short videos. The average age of a TikTok user is 40 years old. What does that tell you? That tells you that the young kids that we thought were on TikTok, they're not. And they're over hanging out on Snapchat, and let them hang out on Snapchat. Snapchat's not there for marketing. It's totally different. And do you know what a 40-year-old has that a 13-year-old does not in most cases? They have buying power. They have the money to buy your product, your service, and they have a big problem to solve. And you can provide that via video, solve their problems. There are 70 billion YouTube shorts watched per day. That is amazing. That is amazing. That probably tops the long video. So grab a pen and piece of pen. Oh my gosh, grab pen and paper for this next part. I am going to break down my strategy for social media growth. Now, when I have a new client or I have a new coaching client that I'm working with, here are the 4 areas that we are going to get really hyper focused on. We are going to start with your audience. We are going to fully understand their pain points and what their struggles are. Now, let's talk about that, because the days of knowing, like owning a demographic, are gone. The demographic was like men age 40, with income of 200,000 a year. Those are gone. Those numbers don't work. We can look at like the back end of Facebook and be like, oh, okay, here's who's watching it. It's women in the UK. Great. That does nothing for us. That'll help us if we're targeting ads, but I don't do that. So it's not going to help me. My audience is a collective group of people that have the same problem or struggle that they need solved. They need help with this problem. Every single person on social media has a problem they're trying to solve. They either want to be entertained or they want to be educated, right? So lean into build that audience, lean into that problem that you can solve. The next thing is the platform. We look at platforms. Now, I don't want you to be on every single platform possible. There are some platforms that are better than others, right? So you need to be on the right platform where your audience is going to hang out. Now, I am a huge fan. I'll share my strategy in 1 second of video, but I am a huge fan of layering different social media platforms on, and I'll get into that in a minute. So we also get very, very clear. We create clarity around you and your offer. Often when I'm down in the dirty making those marketing plans, I start with the offers that you have and work my way back. I plug in key dates, release dates, all of that. So we get very, very clear. We also create content that speaks to the audience's problem. That's the next thing, is content. This content we're creating, all it does is talk to their problem. And you can divide it up by month. You can focus on one problem each month if you want, one problem each week. But we just get really, really clear on our content that we want to serve our clients and help fix their problems. So we look at the audience, we look at the platform, we provide clarity, and then we dive into the content that's created. Story time. Now, this is one of my clients that I worked with. Now, I'm not going to give away her information on this app, but she is an amazing, amazing client. She started with 3,000 followers. I ran her through this exact process of getting very clear, understanding the problems, all of that. She went from 3,000 followers on Instagram to 350,000 followers in 5 days. A few videos went viral because it was very clear as to what she did. Yes, it can happen. Now, when you're looking at the platforms, you need, and I'm not going to go too far into this, but you need to be on the right social media platform, like I said. Now, you know, Facebook is something we all have to be on. It's just there. It's what it is. I always connect on Instagram and I push it to Facebook. That is as far as I go. I am a huge fan of Pinterest, Instagram/Facebook, and TikTok. My videos also go to YouTube Shorts, and they also go to LinkedIn, but that's where I live, and I will show you exactly why, or I'll tell you exactly why in the next topic here. So my funnel for social media growth starts with the top of the funnel. The top is an outreach platform, meaning we take TikTok and Pinterest are considered outreach. The app's job is to go out and get you new people all of the time. That is what it's supposed to do. It goes out and it gets you a new audience all of the time. TikTok, when you look at even if you have 200, 300 views, it's not the end of the world. And those are still 200 new people. Every time you see a video, it's 200 new people coming to you. It's okay. I mean, obviously you want more because you want more. You just want more. But those views are still new people all the time. Same with Pinterest. It's a search engine more than a social media tool. I like those for outreach because its job is to go out and get you those people. Instagram is more of a nurture platform, and same with Facebook. Like I said, I always take an Instagram and I push it over to Facebook, and that is it. Instagram is a nurturing platform. So I take my TikTok account, I make sure that the link goes right to my Instagram, and this is how people use it. And then I offer, then my next thing is down to my offer or a lead magnet or a freebie or something to capture their attention and get them into your email list. And then from in the email is where I sell to them. That is how or sometimes the offer can lead to a form if you want where they can sign up and work with you. That works. I just had someone a couple days ago, they saw a TikTok video of mine in their feed. They went into my account, they binge watched a bunch of videos. They then went into my Instagram and they followed me and they saw my stories. They then went in and booked a call directly with me. And this is all within like 2 days. I ended up getting a really high-end ticket client that's on a monthly retainer now. And that just happened within a couple of days. This works. So now you're asking, okay, I understand the videos and what does what. Now, what the heck kind of content should I make? Now, let's break it out in 4 types. We have problem-aware content. That is where you talk about the problem you solve. So you ask the questions to your audience, and I don't care if this is video, if it's a static post, I don't care. You ask your client in your video, in your content, do you suffer with this symptom to the problem? Are you suffering with this? Are you constantly struggling with whatever it is? Ask those questions. Get them to engage on the problem. So that's one type. The other type is agitation. Agitation will outperform anything in the world. And now you are going to get a ton of hate with agitation content. Hate is okay. That is a whole nother day we could talk about, but hate is okay. Negative comments are okay. You can delete them. It doesn't hurt you. If you want to keep your page nice and clean and a good positive community, you can delete them. If you get a lot of hate comments and bad negative comments on agitation, that means you did it right. Okay? So we want to throw a wrench in a belief that they have. We want to say, okay, this is the industry norm, and here's what I think. It's completely different. And you want them to stop and say, what? What did they just say? For example, I just saw a video the other day on a healthcare person, and she was saying, here is why I do not eat different types of nuts because it's so bad for you. And I'm like, okay, wait, I've been told to eat nuts and they're so healthy. And walnuts are the healthiest nut in the world. Now you're going to tell me these nuts are bad for me? So I had to watch it, and she went into this wonderful explanation. But again, she threw a wrench in my belief, and that made me stop and watch her content. Objection content. Now, focus in on their objections. I always tell my clients, often when we're looking at the different problems that my clients and going through like what they struggle with, often these people get to the end of their sales funnel and they're starting to meet with them. They have a consult, they book an appointment with them, and it comes down to they have objections up the wazoo. They're saying, okay, I can't afford this program. I don't have time for this program. They have every objection possible to stop them in their tracks. Now, if you create content around those objections, let's say you have a $10,000 mentorship program and you're creating content around it to debunk all of their objections, they no longer can say that to you because they've now listened to that content and they've got over that money problem or that time. Create content about time. Like, do you think this is going to take you 7, hours a day? It is not. It's going to take you 10 minutes a day is all you need. Something like that. Go over their objections, write them down as you're meeting with these people, face them head on in your content and you will not have any objections to worry about. And then transparency content. So transparency content is just that. It's inside your business. It's what you do day to day. All of these things. That is the transparency content inside your program. Show inside your offer. If you have a membership program, show inside of it. It's a beautiful thing. Now, the structure for the content that you are making, you want to hook. You want to capture them. You want to talk about, that's the symptom. Then you want to talk about their problem and then about the desired outcome. This is, and I have in the show notes, I have the top video hooks for 2023. I've gathered them from all the top videos on social media, on TikTok specifically. They work all over the place, but you want to make sure that you have the hook, the problem, and the outcome, and that will get you more views. Now, I want you to shift your mind after hearing about all the stuff that you're going to make and create and all of that. The biggest mind shift of this whole thing is that your social content, your social media content you create is not about you. It's not about your business. It is about the problem you solve for your customer and the outcome you will achieve. Now, that is something that might knock your socks off a little bit. I don't want to see content on your page that is talking about the 25 employees you have, or the 500 years you've been in business, or happy birthday so-and-so, welcome to our team, Nancy. I am sorry, I don't care. I don't care. And I'm going to say that very loudly because I don't care. Because that, your new team member, maybe it's going to put a name with the face online. It is not going to help me solve my problem. I have a problem that needs to be solved. And at this moment, you're telling me that Nancy's now on your team. Has that solved my problem? Nope. Maybe Nancy's the answer. I don't know. But what I am saying is you need to be solving problems all of the time, sharing those journeys, sharing those problems you've solved. You've already solved a whole bunch of problems. You're a business owner. Talk about that transformation you got for your client. That is the content I want to see. That is going to change my mind if I want to work with you or not, right? So what I want you to do is take time, reflect on this video, write down all of the things. We have a few great free things for you. We have the hook guide. You will see that in the show notes. We also have a free gift. And now the biggest objection that when my students are going through my mentorship program, the biggest thing that they say to me is, I don't have time for a weekly meeting. I don't have time for blah, 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 blah. I make all the content. Yes, you do, because I have broke it down into 10 minutes a day. That is what you need to grow. That is what has just helped my client that was at 315,000 followers on Instagram, now up to 515,000 followers. That is what has helped her grow. 10 minutes a day. And you can even do it 4 days a week. I don't care. 10 minutes a day. So I will provide that as well. And I want to say thank you for all of your listening, tuning in, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.